see if I can see with these on. Was that look for the union label? So weird to think. Welcome back.
You too.
Nope. Oh, I have to put these on. No, because I have 2 more weeks and then I go for an optometrist where I'll get a new prescription. So I can't see. I mean,
Okay.
It's weird.
Cool.
You're a different color, by the way.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's so good to see you. Welcome to NCC. Hey. I'm so grateful that you're here. I know Sue Cross has some announcements, but before she comes to offer those, I have a couple of myself that I want to make you aware of. The first is, it's so important you know that I would like to invite you, if you haven't already, to make sure that you and your friends get the tickets to watch Bad Faith with us on October the 6th, okay? It's very important that you get those tickets because we want to make sure that everyone in the room has signed up. We have your name, we have your ID, very important, okay? Because we want to make sure that everyone in the room has put their name on the bottom line, all right? We're going to have security in the room. I want to make sure that everyone in the room has ticketed and ID, okay? That's going to be for Bad Faith on October the 6th, all right? Make sure you get your tickets, all right? Yes, Phil?
Purchasing the tickets online.
Yes.
They gave you an option to contribute to an extra ticket.
Yes.
I did that, okay?
Thank you.
But it's not clear what happens to the ticket. The ticket is sent back to me.
Oh.
So presumably I've got to get it to the office or something?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. So Phil just expressed to me that he went online and he put some money in to make a donation to the event. So he wants to know what happens to that ticket once the donation is made. It was sent to you, but it was also sent to me. So there's no need for you to send it back my way. Okay? I'm glad you asked. Yes.
I bought a ticket, and then I got an email confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
And then it had a thing to click on that said, get tickets now.
Okay.
And I clicked on that, and it said, you don't have any reservations for anything.
Talk to me after the service. We'll look at that. But I did get your ticket, Phil. I did get the one that you paid for. Okay? Thank you. All right? Sue Cross, come on up. Let's make some more announcements, okay? Thank you.
Good morning. So it's September, and we got a lot going on this month, but I've been telling you about it every week for the past 3 weeks or so, so I'm not going to tell you again. I'm only going to tell you that next Sunday I'm going to give you a quiz. And I'm going to say the date, and you're going to tell me what's happening. So study your sandpipers. It's all there, and we'll have a quiz next Sunday. But what we want to do today, you all got a copy of this that starts out, "Together we can do this." We need you to send in a letter of support for our project to the City Council, and you can do it via our website. In fact, it's best to do it via our website, because then we have a record of all the letters of support. Kim Bailey already did this, and boy, was her letter beautiful. It was really nice. Hi, Lisa. What?
Does it matter, or is there a neutral response if the person that writes it is not a resident?
It does not matter. I'm going to write one. I've already spoken at the City Council once, and I may again, and I'm going to write a letter of support. And I think from the council members' minds, it probably matters more if you're a resident, because then they know that they need your vote. But anybody can write a letter of support. You know, we've had some from outside Laguna already. Okay? Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, it does. And then it says, or you can do this other thing, which is what I want you to look at with me together today, because, again, if you do it through our website, then we have a record of all the letters that were sent on our behalf. So that's actually better. But if you want to send it directly to the City Council, you can. George?
If you're in town, we have an election coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be good to send this to the website for new candidates too, not just to the city council, but those who might be on the city council come January.
Okay, so yeah, you're talking about sending the letter to the City Council and also to people who are running.
Exactly.
Okay, great, great. Excellent idea. So you can just copy and paste. It wouldn't be that much extra work. Okay, so let's look at this. First step is to go to our website, nccproject.org. And you can actually do this on your phone right now if you want. You can submit your letter in real time right here. I just ran through the steps, so I know it works. So you get on our website, and at the top you see 3 little menu bars, and you click on that. And then find Maya. Huh? Maya noted that you are not pulling out your phones. We can't force you. I hope this isn't too much like school, right? I was a pretty overly lenient teacher, so I don't know how to discipline people and make them use their phones or not. Anyway, then you click on Contact and Support. So you'll see various things to look at, but one of them is Contact and Support. Scroll down to Support the Development, and you'll see the form letter at that point. Then that's if you want to use a form letter. You can completely compose your own if you want. But if you want to make it easy on yourself, there's a form letter. And then at the bottom of it, there's a little box that you can use to add your own personal touch. So just whatever you feel like saying, you can add it, and then click on Next, fill out your contact information, and click on Submit. So do it now during service, do it while you're hanging out at coffee, do it at home. Take this home with you, please. We need letters of support. We've gotten some really good ones. What's that? Okay, you just got on the website. So there's 3 bars at the top right. You click on that. He's got it. He's looking at it.
Perhaps this is something we could do after the service.
Yeah.
Okay.
Decided to do it
I
later
know it's
is a good
important,
thing, 'cause
but-
then we can pay attention to Sue and others.
Okay, and Sue is finished. But please, please don't forget to do this. We need you. All right, and now it's time For the inimicable, I think I said that right, Mike Soto with a mission moment.
Thank you, Sue. Good morning. Happy Sunday. And so the first thing I wanted to do was talk about that, the letter. So I won't talk about it now. A couple of things real quick. It's a brief mission moment. Proposition 5 allows local bonds for affordable housing and public infrastructure with 55% voter approval. Currently, any bond measure or anything requiring that kind of approval requires a 65% approval by the voters. It's been more of a deterrent, I guess, for people going, oh, I don't want to put a measure up because we'll never get 65%. Okay? So one of the things that this is going to do is loosen things up, and maybe we'll start getting more activity and more bonding through as a result of lowering that. So that's Proposition 5. We want to get a yes vote on that so that we can have a lower requirement for improving our infrastructure. So then the other thing is the rent control is another issue, and that's Proposition 33. So basically, there have been previous legislations that need to be readjusted, kind of, and so what this does is it straightens it out, basically, and makes it so that there can be rent control as we need it, and it's determined by the local government as to what that might be. So far, it doesn't say specific percentages on this. It says that's going to allow local control. So I believe that that's the way it reads, and you can check me up on it. If I have explained any of this incorrectly, let me know, but I'm pretty sure I got it on the beam there. Okay, so that's all there is for what we have this morning. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you guys all later. Thank you, Mike. Oh, you know what? I have a personal Mike moment. Hold on a second. Yeah. I just want you all to know this is exciting for me. My sister was served on the Democratic Committee 10, 15 years ago. My mother was a state senator up until 2008. They both became friends with guess who while she was Attorney General and District Attorney in California. So the candidate for President of the United States is actually a personal friend of our family and has been for like 20 years.
Wow.
Now that's
awesome.
exciting.
That's awesome. That is exciting. Thank you. Mike Soto, everybody. Mike Soto. Thank you, Mike. I want to thank you all for your willingness to go to the website and fill out those letters. We need all the support letters we can get. So if you have time today or tomorrow during your Labor Day rest or sometime this week to go on the website and fill out your letters, please do it. Every letter helps. Even the ones that aren't from Laguna Beach, Lisa. They all matter. They all help. Okay? All right. I just want to highlight a few more. If you haven't already heard this, your neighborhood church was featured in KCRW Public Radio this week, everybody. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? Oh, you didn't? You didn't? Okay, so when you go online, just type in our church name, type in KCRW Public Radio, and you're going to see an article about your church. Check it out today. It's really good. I don't want you to miss it. I also placed a link to this article in your sandpiper last week. Take a look at it. It's really great. It's about you and the work we're doing. You don't want to miss it. All right? The next thing I want to just quickly highlight, I already mentioned bad faith on October 6th, so I'll skip forward past that. If you haven't already been reading The Courage to Be Disliked, I encourage you to wrap it up as soon as you can, because we're going to have our group discussion on September 12th at 5:30 p.m. All right? I don't want you to miss that, because we're going to be here to discuss the book, and I will be able at that time to hear your thoughts about it, to gain your wisdom, and also for us to have some pizza to eat together. I want you to have some pizza with me. All right? So that's September 12th at 5:30 p.m. here at the church, and we'll be reviewing The Courage to Be Disliked. Okay? Please read it and be ready on September the 12th. And then I want to just quickly highlight, Yes.
I just submitted my support letter.
Yes. You just submitted your support letter, so we know it works. All right. So it works. It works. It's very easy. It's very quick. All right. Okay. Just a couple of more quick ones real quick. I want you to be aware, if you haven't already been already, that there's this awesome opportunity that we have coming up to do something so fun. I want you to put this date in your minds, save it somewhere, all right? You're going to hear more about this in the coming days, but October 24th. Now, I know that's almost 2 months away, but I'm saying this for a reason. October 24th, okay? I want to have here an opportunity for us, especially with the election coming up and all the emotion and frustration and tension that comes with the national election. I think it'd be good for us to have some time here that we can offer some time for our community to have some fun, have some games, and be together, all right? So October 24th, we're going to have a good old fun-fashion carnival atmosphere here on October 24th, okay? I don't want you to miss this because it's going to be super cool. We're going to have games, we're going to have music, we're going to have dancing. It's going to be awesome. And I think before the election happens, we should have some fun, right, Mike? So October 24th, I want you to put this date on your calendar, invite your friends, invite your neighbors. It's going to be a night to remember, October 24th, okay? And then finally, I want to make sure you are aware, if you aren't already, that we are going to be postponing tomorrow's Monday night meditation. It will not take place tomorrow because of Labor Day. It will resume on September 9th, okay? All right. Let's go from there into our gathering words for the morning. I'm going to ask you for your help with these words. I'm going to read a version, and then you will know that it's your time because you'll see the words in italics, okay? All right, I'll start. Here's what they say. Our earth home, mother and cradle of life, blessed is your name. Blessed are your fields and forests, your rocks and mountains, your sky lit with radiant sun and moon and stars. Your turn.
Blessed are your streams and lakes and rivers, flowing to the oceans where life began. All your waters that sustain our bodies and refresh our souls.
Blessed are our green relatives who give so freely to us, air to breathe, sweet fruits and nourishing seeds, vegetables to eat, shade, shelter, beauty. And yes, blessed are all our human relatives too. Believing we were apart from the rest of our earth home, we have scarred her deeply. Yet humbly now, we seek to honor what we have harmed, and we are received with blessing because earth does not reject her beloved children. Let's read this part together. Holy Spirit, in this hour of prayer and song and reflection, awaken us to remember that our bodies matter. Help us to feel wonder, to give thanks, to reclaim kinship and reverence with ourselves, a wholehearted kind of love. May it be so. May it be so.
And we're going to sing Good Day Sunshine, and it does always happen that whenever Rod chooses this song, the sun's not out. But I'm just going to guess that by the time we finish the song, it will pop out. Do you have faith? Beatles, 5, 6, 7, and... I need to laugh, and when the sun is out, I've got something I can laugh about. I feel good in a special way. I'm in love and it's a sunny day. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. We take a walk. What? And good days. And then we lie. She feels good. She knows she's looking fine. Now just keep good days, sunshine. Just fade out. Stare at your phone. Perfect.
That is perfect, and it takes us right into our guiding quotes for the morning. Here's our first one. It comes from John O'Donohue. It says, "The child lives in the neighborhood of wonder, where innocence keeps mystery playful. Each new event and encounter is all-absorbing. No overall perspective on life is available. And because of that, the child lives in the house of discovery." That's John O'Donohue. And then this comes from Gail Godwin. There are two kinds of people in the world. One kind, you can just tell by looking at them at what point they congealed into their final selves. It might be a very nice self, but you know that you can expect no more surprises from it. The other kind keeps moving forward and making new trysts with life. And the motion of it keeps them young. In my opinion, they are the only people who are still alive. In my opinion, they are the only people who are still alive. You must be constantly on your guard against congealing. You must be constantly on your guard against congealing. Let's go back, Cyrus, one more time. You must be constantly on your guard against congealing. That comes from Gail Godwin. Thank you, Cyrus. So I've been thinking about this idea. I was away from you last week for a brief vacation away. I'll do a longer one later when there's time. But I took a few days away with no technology, emails, text messages, or phone calls to make. It was a beautiful time, and I did take the opportunity to listen to last week's message from Reverend Lucy. And I re-listened to the message from Reverend Sarah. And it was interesting as I went through the process of my own imagination and creativity, I started to ask myself about the importance of how I can keep at bay the winds and whims of congealing in my own life. How we might keep at bay that very easy temptation, that internal thrust that gets us in the rut of the day. It becomes a kind of pattern that we get comfortable with, that we seat ourselves in. It becomes all too familiar and easy to divert to. How we can easily focus on that and lose that power of wonder and creativity, imagination that Gail Godwin was talking about in the quote there. What would it take for us to not live a life seeped and drowning in the power of congealing? As I was writing and as thinking about this, my journaling as I was away from you, I started to ask myself, what's a powerful ingredient that could help us avoid this power, avoid this frustration, avoid this kind of tendency that we as human beings have to fall into this rut. And then I was reminded about what we're doing here at NCC. I was reminded about the story that we're writing through our spiritual center and our housing project. Does it occur to you, has it already occurred to you, that we are actually a living story? We are a story that is becoming. We're not simply a sheet of paper with a contract and lines to sign and lawyers to pay and designs to make and votes to get and money to acquire. No. When you step back from all of that, because all that stuff is just the secondary stuff. That's the stuff that you have to do to get to your vision. But it starts with a vision. It starts with a story. It has chapters, it has verses, it has decades, it has years, it has months and days and minutes. We didn't just plop ourselves here and decide to write a story. We've already been in it. We are already in it. For NCC, it started back in 1923. And it's being written over and over, and 1943. I was thinking about Laguna Beach, 1943. For NCC, that started back in 1943. And 80 years later, we are still writing our chapter on that story. Which reminds me that in order to avoid congealing, somebody say congealing, to avoid the power of congealing in our own lives, we need only look at our own example. We are actually doing it. NCC is avoiding congealing. We are avoiding the power and whim of falling into the pattern and repeating it over and over and over and over again. I need only look at you and see the example. It's about stories. It's about writing those chapters on our lives for the people that we want to serve. I need only look at your faces, our story that we're writing together, and remind myself that we already get it. We're not congealing. We're writing a chapter for current and future generations. The power of story is the truth to avoid congealing. So whenever you feel like you're in a rut, whenever you feel like you've hit that part in your life when things just seem like they're repeating themselves over and over again, and they feel lifeless. They feel like they've lost their energy, their vitality, their strength in your life. You feel like those forces are just weighing on you. You had a long day, but it feels like the day before and the day before that and the month before that. You feel that congealing power is overtaking your life. I just have one simple request, which unlocks a simple truth about being human. Maybe that's a reminder to you. Maybe that's a message to you that it's time to tell your story. Maybe that part of our lives that's not being served is the part of our hearts and our minds that wants to speak. You go through your day, you go through your hour, you go through your week, you go through your month, and you realize, gosh, I didn't share myself with anybody this month. No one heard my story. No one connected, not with my business self, not with my work self, not with my pastor self, not with my neighbor self, but my human self, my essence, the part of me that remains no matter what my day looks like. I didn't share that today. I didn't share that this month. Maybe that's why I'm congealing. So I thought, as an example of this, I would admit to you that when I was on my little vacation, I realized that I was congealing. See, you have to understand, on your behalf, over the past few months, and some would argue even for the last few years, my mind has been focused on your spiritual center. It's been focused on your housing. It's been focused on your board. It's been focused on your leadership. It's been focused on making sure that we keep this ship together. And you know, I realized that I needed to share a little bit about me and what I'm dealing with these days. I needed to get rid of that congealing tendency that I was feeling. And the best way to do that is to share some story about me. Cyrus, let's show the first slide. What happened in the month of August that I want to celebrate? I want to celebrate the very beautiful fact that my nephew, who just turned 10 years old, called me and thanked me for the gift I sent him, which turns out is a beautiful gym that we built in the backyard of his mom's house that he's celebrating on even as I speak. He's in his gym, having a beautiful day, swinging on the swing, jumping on the steps, and enjoying the gift that we purchased for him. I'm celebrating that I'm able today to say that I've got a 10-year-old nephew who I'm able to support with my finances so that he can have fun and enjoy his day, his 10th year birthday. I'm celebrating him. I'm celebrating all that he represents in my life, his potential, his goals, his path, his successes, his failures, his achievements, his disappointments, his life. I'm celebrating that I get to be part of it in some small, memorable way. I'm celebrating that today. Next slide, Cyrus. Tell us about one challenging aspect of your August. What surprised you? What gives you hope? Yeah, this is a hard one because in the past month, I've become much more vocal about my opposition to Israel's war in the Middle East. And I've been much more adamant about my desire to see a peaceful solution between Israel and Palestine. And I've tried my best to be clear that my opposition is not to the people of Israel, but to the governmental leaders who are making decisions on their behalf, Cyrus. The people who are perpetrating this genocidal violence in the Middle East. I've tried to be clear about that. I've tried to be honest and open about that. Yet, it seems that even with that clarity, even with that nuance, it's still not landing with people I love and care about. I was reached out to from a family member who saw the video, who heard the words that I spoke. It wasn't my mom, someone else, who said to me, how could you be so anti-Israel? How could you be so anti-story of the Jewish people? How could you be so anti-Semitic? Now, I don't think I'm being anti-Semitic. I don't think I'm anti-Israel. But people are entitled to their opinions, right? People can say what they want. People can lob whatever opinions and emotions they want at me. They can do that, right, Sue? And I can tell myself over and over again that it doesn't affect me. That I know what I think. I'm clear in that belief. I'm strong in that foundation. I know I love Israel. I know I love Palestine. I know I want a peaceful solution. I can say that it doesn't affect me, but let's be honest, I'm human. It does. When it's someone I care about, when it's someone that I love deeply, of course it affects me. How could it not? What surprised me is that this person, when they expressed their disappointment in me, they said, and I'm willing to talk about it. You can call me. We can talk about it. That was surprising. How often in our culture does someone say something that hurts our feelings and then they follow it up with, but you can call me. We can talk about it. That's a rare thing in our culture, isn't it, Mike? That's rare. When someone criticizes us and then says, but we can talk about it. That surprised me. They were willing to have a conversation. And what gave me hope is that even though we didn't agree on how we got here, even though we couldn't agree on this idea of genocide in the Middle East, what gave us hope, what gave me hope, is that we both agreed about the necessary solution to all this. And that's a peaceful two-state solution. So my hope is strong because even in the midst of our disagreement, we could still agree on what was necessary. That gives me hope. Okay, Cyrus, next slide. What did you birth or begin in August that did not exist before? All right. So this one is interesting because, as I said to you before, I've really been trying to become much more focused on taking care of myself, really getting away and having those moments of clarity and replenishment and renewal. And so the answer to this, I'm really happy to tell you, is that I become much more focused on my nutrition. I hired a dietitian, y'all. I said I hired a dietitian, y'all. I said I hired a dietitian, y'all. I said I hired a dietitian, y'all, so that I can eat better and think of my calorie intake a whole lot more intently to take care of my body. Not just my mind and my spirit, but my body. In the month of August, I hired a dietitian. By the way, she's very cheap and reasonable, so if you want to talk to her, let me know, and I'll connect you with her. She's very, very reasonable. Thank God, because I can't afford the real thing, Cyrus. I don't have that kind of money. But I hired someone who can work with me and is willing to take my money and give me the advice. I began a journey to healthier nutrition. I'm proud of that. Next slide, Cyrus. I'm grateful for the dietitian. I'm grateful for my family member who disagree with me, yet we agree on the solution. I'm grateful for this church and the story that we're writing together. I'm grateful for this nation, all of its warts, all of its beauties, all of its possibility, all of its challenges, because we're in this thing together. I'm grateful for my nephew and his play gym, his 10-year birthday, my love for him. I'm grateful for all of that. And then the last Cyrus, comparing where you were at the beginning of 2024 to today, how have we changed? I think I want to look at this from my personal perspective and how I've changed. I think it was Maya Angelou in one of her last quotes when she said something along the lines of love. She said, love is this kind of vast ocean, and oftentimes we're able to touch it with a kiss, and then other times it feels elusive. It feels like you just can't realize it. You know it's real, you know it's there, but you just don't have the feeling of it. It just isn't there. You know it is, you know it's real, but it just doesn't always manifest. It doesn't always touch us in a way that we might like. And that could be for whatever reason. We're having a rough day, we're having a tough day. Someone criticized us, someone frustrated us, someone attacked us. Whatever it is, we just had a rough time, and so we don't feel the love. And I think how I've changed, I think how I've changed in the midst of all of this, my loves, simply put, I'm realizing more and more every day of my life, especially in 2024, that I absolutely cannot control everything. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think there was a part of me that always believed I could. I think there was a part of me that even if I wasn't fully aware of it, perhaps it was nascent, Polly. Maybe it was somewhere in my body, somewhere in my consciousness that even I didn't even realize it was there. You know, maybe I was convincing myself to a certain degree that I did have this control over everything. Even if I didn't really believe it, I was telling myself that, right, Polly? Even if it wasn't really true, I was still telling myself that, right? And I got to be honest with you. This housing project, this spiritual center vision that we're trying to create for ourselves, Susan, it has taught me so deeply that I really am not in control. I've got to stop telling myself that I am. I've got to stop using this language that somehow makes me feel good, when all I have to do is just really be honest. See, honesty actually can be a good thing. If I can tell you, Mike, I actually realized that I am not in control. It actually is a weight lifted off the shoulders. I'm realizing that now more than ever. I think before this year, if I'm being honest with myself, I fell into the elixir of certitude about control. And I allowed it to keep me away from, separate from, inoculated, unaware of my own ego and how it's playing in my life as a man, as a black man, as an American, as a pastor, as a human being living on this earth. But I've been forced by this project. I've been pushed by the yard signs. I've been expanded by the next door posts. I've been kicked over the mountain by the negativity. I've been pushed over the cliff by the criticisms. I've been placed in a placement, a space, a region of reality that I am not, I have never been, and I never will be completely in control of all the things that are impacting my life. And it's interesting that in the past 2 months, it's become my badge of honor. The weight has been lifted off the shoulders, and miraculously, I'm okay with that. Yeah, it was rocky in the beginning. And yes, it was fearful in the beginning. And sure, I was scared by what this meant in the beginning. But I gotta say, in recent days, in recent months, I've actually become quite free, spiritually free, very radically released in the knowledge that because I am not in control, now I can focus myself on the things that I can maneuver, and then the rest, I'm gonna trust it to the universe. How freeing, how life-giving, how heart-settling, how spirit-saving to realize now more than ever that I am not in control of all the things. I will do what I can with what I have, and I'm going to trust the rest to all of this. That's how I've changed.
Let there be peace on earth. You sounded so good. I need to make an announcement. I did not hire a dietitian this week. I feel so good about that. No New Year's. That was for you, Rod. No song to sing. In fact, here's just another ordinary day. No ape. Why'd you call? What else? And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. No some.
Good. Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand. Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to find a partner, someone you haven't seen today. Find a partner. Come on, let's do partners. Let's pair up. Find a partner. Find a partner. Someone that you haven't spoken to today. Find a partner. Find a partner. Find a partner. Someone you haven't spoken to today. New face, new face, new face. All right. All right, here's what we're going to do. Now that you're in partners, okay, you've got your pairs there. Oh, wait. Okay, so Jim and Karen know each other, so we need someone to pair up with them. We need pairs. Can someone pair with Jim and then someone pair with Karen?
No, that's good.
Are you good, Jim? Okay. All right. So I'll tell you what, I'll partner with you, okay, and Karen, okay? I'll come to you both. Okay, all right. Let's do this. I want to make sure that everybody can see the screen, right? Okay? Because with you and your partner, I'm going to ask you to do what I just did. Share the truth of your story with your partner, all right? Here's the first one. Let's do it, Cyrus. What happened in the month of August that you want to celebrate? Talk. Do it. Let's go. Let's do it. What happened in the month of August that you want to celebrate? Okay, let's do this. Next slide, okay? Talk about one challenging aspect of your August. What surprised you? What gives you hope? Okay? Cyrus. Okay, so we got another one here. The next one. Did you birth or begin in August anything that did not exist before? Now, you know my answer. I have a dietitian. What's yours? Huh? Okay, I got another one. What are you grateful for and why? Okay, okay. All right, y'all are doing really great. Really, really great. I got one more. Comparing where you were at the beginning of 2024 to today, how have you changed? All right. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. All right. I am grateful that you took the time to follow the example of avoiding all that congealing, right? And we do that by sharing our stories. We do that by sharing ourselves. So I want to thank you for doing that with me today. And I'm grateful that we were able to do it together today. Thank you. I don't know about you, but I feel less congealed now. I feel good. I feel good today. And I'm excited. That we were able to do this. Okay, let us stand as we are able. We're going to sing our final song for the morning. It's called I Am Alive. I am alive with the spirit of love. And then we'll meet outside for coffee and drink, okay? Let's sing together. I am alive with the spirit of love. I am alive with the spirit of love.
I am alive with the spirit of love. I am alive with the spirit of love. I am alive, y'all, alive with the spirit of love. I am 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 alive, y'all, alive with the spirit of love.